Hey friends, it's me Alyssa, and I am back with Live in Local Atlanta. I'm here with my incredibly talented friend, Jessica Morris. Jessica should look familiar to you. She has graced People magazine with her glamorous wedding. She's in Breakin', which is available on Peacock and Roku, and she's got so many incredible projects she's been a part of and she's currently working on. Jessica, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome, awesome. I am so excited that you're here. You're in Atlanta for a project.
I am.
I don't know how much you can talk about it, but that should let you guys know that there's something going down in Atlanta.
Yes, it is a film that my husband and I wrote together. Right now, the working title is Betrayed at Home. I'm not sure what it'll be once it airs on Lifetime, which is where it's going to air. And so I'm here shooting that, and it's just a blast to be able to star in it and see our project come to life. It's been incredible.
I love that. And you've got such an incredible discography of work. You've done so many Lifetime movies. You've also been on One Life to Live. And I want to just kind of take it back a little bit and talk about kind of what do you do as an actress to really prepare for all those different types of roles? Because soap opera acting is different than movie acting.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do you do to kind of prepare for all of that?
Well, yeah, different genres and different, forms of like TV shows or whether it's comedy or drama, it's definitely a different timing, different vibe. And honestly, I watch it. I do my research as far as, okay, if it's a sitcom, let me watch the show and see what it's like before I audition or before I work on it. I do a lot of drama thrillers lately. And so to prepare for that, honestly, I'm one of those actors who has to use their real life experiences, which can be a little rough sometimes because when you have to do this crazy crying scene and you're thinking about someone close to you dying, like you might have to actually think about something like that, and that's a hard place to go to. I know some actors just use imaginary circumstances and don't need to do that. For me, to make it really real, I do have to kind of go to those places. So, there's some scenes where I walk away and I'm still crying and I have to kind of take a minute to get out of it. But, whatever works for you, I guess. And that's what I have to do. So it's kind of like therapy, but it works.
And I love that. I think you really articulated that really well. I think a lot of people, they just don't realize everything that goes into acting. Like, you could be totally happy but have to act mad.
Right.
And it's like the mental capacity and the hard work you do mentally to make that happen is so incredible. And I think a lot of people just forget that because it's so easy to be entertained watching on your phone,
Mm-hmm.
on a laptop, on a tablet. And I think it's so incredible what actors and entertainers, what you all are doing to invoke emotions in us as viewers. So I truly commend you for that.
Thank you.
I have to ask, how was your wedding? I saw the pictures, but I obviously wasn't there firsthand. So I have to ask, from a firsthand perspective, how did you enjoy your wedding?
Oh, it was so amazing that it was just a blur. It happened so fast, but everything went so smoothly. I was prepared for things to go wrong because I had the mindset of, if things go wrong and there's a big catastrophe, that's the story you're going to tell later. You want a funny story. I almost wanted something to go wrong, but it didn't. It went perfectly. And, it was very small, like 65 people. And my best friend was the officiant. It was at Inn of the Seventh Ray in Topanga, kind of like a bohemian-style outdoor restaurant. And it was perfect. Like, I was so nervous to say my vows. I had kind of a long written vows because I had so much to say. And then I got up there and I had it memorized. I'm like, I'm an actress. I know how to memorize lines. But when it's something so personal and so close to your heart, it feels a little more vulnerable. And, we both cried. And it was just such a magical day to be able to, tell the world we're in love and we're soulmates and we're so happy.
That is beautiful. Now, you are doing something I could never do with my husband, which is work on a project with him. How is that going for you guys? Is there fighting? How do you guys resolve the conflict and then go home?
Well, being a writing partner with anyone can be difficult because you have your own ideas of how you want things to be. And it is hard to separate the personal from the professional. I will admit that. We did have some arguments, but we're pretty good at communicating and getting through things. And, a lot of the things we really agreed on, and we think very much alike. But the times where we were having a difference of opinion, you know, you had to kind of tiptoe around each other's feelings because it's the person you love also. So I'd be like, yeah, that doesn't work. And he'd be like, getting his feelings hurt, or vice versa. And we'd be like, I love you, you're doing great, I love your work, but let's tweak this. And, you know, we had to kind of find our way and maneuver around that.
Yeah, I sorry to my husband, have no sympathy. I'll be like, that's terrible, stop that. So that is something I've had to work on, I will say. So that's good that you are just, you know, communicating is the key there. You know, you've had all these incredible projects, like I mentioned, Lifetime. You also have been on a couple of Netflix series. Can we talk about kind of your experience going from, you know, doing a streaming type situation to traditional television film with the soap opera? What's been the difference between kind of that dynamic?
Well, with the soap opera, everything moves so quickly. We would have sometimes 40 pages a day, and you'd have to be really fast at memorizing, and you'd have to get it on the first or second take. So because of working in that way, I feel like now when I do movies, you know, you do it so many times. You do it from so many different angles. You do the wide shot, you do the close-ups. You know, sometimes the director gets all fancy with different angles and shots. And but for me, I'm always ready to just get it done on the first take. So having to, you know, kind of keep it fresh each time is the challenge for me, because I'm always like, let's just do my close-up first, and I'll get it and be ready to go. So that's kind of the difference, is learning how to sort of keep it fresh when you're doing a movie as opposed to a soap. And then like a sitcom is totally different too, because, you know, it's so fast-paced, and sometimes there's a live audience, which makes it a little more nerve-wracking. Yeah, you just kind of have to roll with the punches. And
yeah, it's so incredible. Again, like, I think a lot of people don't realize how much effort and work and really detailed thoughts go into each type of, like a sitcom, like a thriller, like any of that stuff. And I think it's just so incredible to hear everybody's story when it comes to how they approach that. You know, I have to ask you, you're obviously only here in Atlanta for a couple weeks. What would you say has been your favorite part of being kind of in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta? Like, what's been some of your favorite parts to explore or discover?
Well, I haven't had much time off, I will be honest. I had my first weekend off. I actually flew back to LA for my friend's wedding. The one who was my officiant, it was her wedding. So I said, I cannot miss this,
Right.
you know. So I did that. But being in Atlanta, my favorite thing is that the people are so friendly. I mean, there's wonderful people in LA, but, you know, it just, people stay to themselves a little bit more. Here, they just all want to have a conversation. Like, going through the drive-through line at Starbucks, the woman handing me my coffee was like, we became new friends, you know? And so that's just so refreshing to be around that.
Absolutely. I am proud to say that Atlanta, we still have our little bit of that southern charm, even though we've become quite a bit of a bustling city with all the movie products we have, and you know, just we have all the great musicians here. So there's a little bit of that hustle and bustle, but we still keep true to our
We got the southern charm.
For sure, for sure. You know, I have to ask, what can fans look forward to heading, you know, later into the new year in 2024? What other things can fans expect?
Well, aside from me and Rib's film, which will probably air next year, I also shot one in Louisville last month that will probably air next year. And that one is very interesting. It was called Club of Secrets when we shot it, but I don't know what it'll be once it airs. But I play a math teacher who goes undercover at a strip club to find her daughter. So I go from being a very conservative math teacher to getting a job at a strip club. And that'll probably air on Lifetime as well. A little racier than I'm used to, and I had to, you know, learn some pole dancing skills.
Nice.
Very out of my comfort zone, but I think it'll be super entertaining.
That sounds so fun. I think it's fun, even though, like, when you're like, oh, it kind of pushed my limits a little bit. I think it's fun to kind of see those types of films where it's like, you're like, it's completely opposite of me. It's like, knowing that now, it's like, I appreciate the craftsmanship of it even more.
Right.
Jessica, I want to let people get to know you a little bit better, so I'm going to ask a couple rapid-fire questions so people in Atlanta can, you know, get to know you better. Walk me through what happens from your morning routine, from maybe 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. What are you doing?
Unless I have somewhere to be, 6 a.m., I'm still sleeping. But around 7, I wake up. My husband brings me coffee to bed every morning. I'm so spoiled. So when I'm out of town or he's out of town, I'm like, where's my coffee? And I have to get up and get it myself. But then usually I'm hungry right when I wake up, so I have to eat something. And after that, I mean, I would like to say that I have time to like do yoga and meditate and all the things that I'd like to do for my mental health, but usually I'm rushing out the door, trying not to be late to wherever I'm going.
I love that. Okay, so you're on vacation. Are you going to the beach or are you going to the mountains?
Both are wonderful, but beach. I'm a beach girl, especially when the water's really warm. Like we went to our honeymoon in Tulum, Mexico, and the water was just, it was like 80 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
We would
That
wake
is
up in the
so
morning and
incredible.
just jump in the water and watch the sunrise. And
Nice, nice. Okay, you are given an unlimited budget. What is one off-the-wall project you'd love to have produced and made into real life? You don't have to go into too many details
Okay.
if you're gonna save it, but give us a roundabout idea.
I'd like to shoot like an epic romance in like Italy, you know, where there's just like on a vineyard or something like that. I think that would be really fun.
That does sound fun, and hopefully all the wine is free. Unlimited wine, hopefully.
Exactly. We're manifesting this right now.
Yes, yes. Unlimited wine taps, for real. I think that'd be so fun. Okay, walk us through your closet. How do you pick your clothes out for the day? What are you doing? Do you leave the house with wrinkled clothes? What's your deal?
I'm definitely a mood dresser, which makes it hard to pack because I don't know how I'm going to feel. One day I'm going to want to wear sweats, and then the next day I want to wear a fancy dress. So it's difficult, but I have way too many clothes. My husband, his part of the closet, he has barely anything. He's very practical and doesn't have a lot of stuff. I have so much. I need to go through it and get rid of it because I just because I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know if I want to wear a flowery shirt or, you know, if I want to wear a romper. So you feel me, right?
Right, I do.
Yeah.
I had to, for me to combat that, I really just had to commit and say, I'm pre-selecting outfits to sit on a hanger. And then I have pre-selected outfits that sit in a drawer, and I'm like, that's it. Like,
Oh, wow. You're so
but
organized.
I have it, like, I have like 14 pre-selected hanging outfits and 14 pre-selected outfits that sit in a drawer. Those ones are like
Yeah.
casual, like jeans and a t-shirt, whatever. But otherwise, I'll sit there for 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, do I want to wear this? Do I want to wear this? Do I want to
Yeah.
mix this with that? So I have to.
Right.
So it's,
And as an actress, you need different types of clothing
yes.
because I'm playing different characters. And so for auditions, I'm like, well, I haven't worn this top in years, but there's going to be that one day where
You'll
I'm going to
need
need
it.
that 90s top, you know?
Yes.
So,
And you'll be like, dang, I just donated it.
yeah.
You'll really be like, oh, man. Okay. I have one last question, and that is, what is something hanging on the walls in your house that you're absolutely proud of?
That I'm proud of. Well, we did make a collage from our wedding. It's like in a heart picture frame, and it's in our
Aw.
bedroom, and I love looking at that. It makes me happy.
Oh, that is so sweet. I love that. Jessica, how can people stay in touch with you, find out more about what you're doing, all your social media, and everything like that?
Jessica Morris 01 is my Instagram. Even though my legal name now is Jessica Hillis, it's still Jessica Morris 01 on Instagram. Jessica Morris on Facebook. I don't really do Twitter or TikTok or any of those. So yeah, that's the best place to find me.
I love it. Yeah, I'm not like, I have TikTok just to watch. I never post, really.
Yeah.
I tried to, but I was like, it's too much work.
It's too much. It's too much. There's too
It's
many
too
of
much.
them.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, just not to do.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure. Jessica, this is so fun. I hope next time you're in Atlanta, we can catch up and talk about more fun and new projects you've got coming out.
Absolutely.
And I am so excited to keep my eyes peeled for your new project that's being filmed right here in Atlanta, so
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Thank
This is Live and Local Atlanta. I am Alyssa. Of course, make sure you download the free Odyssey app today. That's AUDACY inside the App Store. Once it's downloaded, go ahead and favorite Star 94 Atlanta so you get notified of exclusive conversations just like this one with my talented friend Jessica once they drop. And of course, you can give me a follow across all social media at itsme_LyssaD. I'll see you guys next time.